flighty, buddy. You're flighty. You need to learn to relax a little bit. I know. Good, Stanley. Hey, buddy. Hey, June Bag. Hello. Are you managing? I know. We'll maybe give you a bit more freedom in a second. We'll get going once we know we're up. Someone's joined us, so we're alive. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome along to Crighton Pet Services virtual dog walk. I'm Stephen Crighton. You join me and my pack on Thursday, the 31st of July. My morning walk, one of two today. Sorry, duty calls. I need to pick up after one of the pups who has decided to wait until I'm on camera before they go to the loo. Bear with me when we do this. Always a fun part of the stream when we do that. Welcome along. If you are new to our channel, thank you for stopping by. Let's get the camera off my double chins and onto the thing that you're all here to see, which is the puppers. And yeah, thank you for stopping by. We are 9 dogs deep today. We are an extra one on the session. We've got our usual Thursday crew, which I'll introduce you to shortly. Plus, Juno is joining us on a Thursday, a rare Thursday. That's her back, the back rolling around in the grass there. Loving life. You coming, Junebug? She's a happy puppy. She's a happy puppy. And yeah, you'll get to know the team as we go. Feel free to ask us any questions, join in with our fun, interact. You'll get it as we go along. There's a few things I'll talk about in relation to the dogs and a few things I'll talk about in relation to the stream as we go. But for the time being, we're just making sure that we're up and live and it's working properly. And the dogs are okay with my voice and not stressing out and such like. So we're good. We're good. The channel goes live every weekday at the same time. So if you'd like to join us again more regularly, you can hit that subscribe button and become part of the little family. We're ever growing in numbers. The channel was originally started to show each of the dogs' owners just how well their dogs were behaving or misbehaving. And in the sort of 4 years I've been running the channel, we're nearly at 1,000 videos, and we're kind of creeping up towards a couple of thousand subscribers. And in the last few months, we've certainly seen it really spike. You boys having a play or a fight? What are we doing? Vitamin Banana loves Westies. This is Charlie. Say hi, Charlie. Say hi, buddy. I know. Good boy. Am I Turkish? No, I am not. I am from Scotland. I am Scottish. Welcome along, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. So, you kind of get the gist, right? These are not my dogs. This is my business. This is how I put a roof over my head. Not through YouTube, but through the actual business and the act of walking these dogs. And then we use YouTube as a way to support the families, show them everything that we get up to, show them how their dogs are interacting. Not all dogs arrive in the same state. We'll go on to talk about River here, who's on the red lead just now. And I'm sure at some stage we'll talk about Ruby, who's on the, what did we say this was the other week? Neon yellow. Is that right? Is that what colour this line is? Anyway, we'll talk about both of their needs as we go round as well, and why they're on the line. But the main reason the channel sort of goes along is really just to kind of share my passion with the world now. I think most of the dog owners that work with me, they've seen one of the lives, they've seen them all. they're not really that bothered anymore about watching it every single day, but the rest of the world seem to have more of an interest. I think the owners are quite happy that the dogs are doing their thing and getting on well with everyone, in safe hands, that kind of thing. But still, we still go live. We don't. Anyone and everyone is welcome to watch and join in with us here. Ruby, we talk about you being on the long line probably before anything else, because you've been a pain today. Come on, look, we're all up here, and you're way down there. Ruby, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, she's coming now. She's coming now. Oh, we'll go down this way. Chip, stand there. We will actually go the way that Ruby wanted to go. There's just another set of dogs coming over the brow of the hill there, so we'll just get out of their way. I'll come to the comments in a second, guys. I promise I'm not ignoring them. There's a lot of moving parts here, so what I tend to do is come back to the comments every few minutes or every sort of 30 seconds or so. Please do not think that I am ignoring. Morning. But Ruby's desperate to go a different way from the rest of us today. That's for sure. Come on, old girl. Right, let's get the rear view mirror up. Let's make sure that they're all following along. Are you guys coming? Are we all there? I love this. Using this like reverse camera is like one of my favourite parts of this. Come on, Ruby. Look at her. This is Ruby. Oh, where is she? There. Deciding to go a different way from the rest of the team. Come on, old girl. Here she comes. Here she comes. Somebody saying in the comments, dream job. I saw that before I flipped the camera around there. Right, so welcome along, everyone. Thank you for stopping by. Let me catch up with the comments. Fat Jimmy's saying dream job. Thank you, Jimmy. I'm sure you say that on a nice day like today. It's not always dry. It's not always warm. It's not always easy. I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way, but we have more tougher times in different seasons of the year. Snow, rain, wind, thunder, lightning, spring brings all the baby animals into the world. That's always problematic for us. Birds and, little baby deer and badgers and rabbits and goodness knows what. So they can be a handful at different times of the year for different reasons. But they're behaving today so far. So far so good. So we'll keep that momentum going. Sorry, I'm puffing and panting. This is a steeper hill than the camera is making it look, I promise you. Do you get a lot of subs? Does that mean subscribers? I'm not sure if that's what that means. Anyway, we're about 1,600 subscribers, if that's what that means, which we're very grateful of. And people from all over the globe tuning to us. I was watching my YouTube studio app last night. I was having a little look. It sends you a report once a week, and it talks about some of the different things in relation to the videos that we produce. And the top thing this week, was that so far this year my audience consists of about 20% from the States. So welcome along if you're watching from the US. You are my top country in terms of view, and here in the UK it's only 10%, so I'm doing something right in America and doing something wrong in the UK, I think. But it might just be a numbers thing. Ron's asking how much I get paid. That's a bit personal. That's a bit of a low question, isn't it? Will we tell Ron? enough. We get enough money. We get enough of the money. Fitman Bananas is saying, yeah, subscribers. So we're at about 1,600 or something. It's constantly growing. We love the fact that we appeal to so many people across the globe, and everyone here is welcome. So welcome along if you're watching. There are a couple of ways you can actually be part of the stream today if you like. A few of you have already taken advantage of it. Some of you are jumping into the comments already, which is great. And I will chat along, but the dogs come first, so bear with me if I don't get to your comment instantly. Some stages of the stream there can be lots of comments come through, so I will thumb back through them every now and again. But so yeah, feel free to jump into the comments, let us know where you're watching from. That's always a fascinating thing as far as I'm concerned. I love to know. I'm nosy, right? Then the other way, and again, a few of you have already done this, but I can't tell who. It's not like Facebook. So a few people have given likes. I don't get a notification saying John Smith has liked the stream. It's just a number that changes, and at the moment it's 7. And we've got a little rule on our live streams: for every 10 likes, we'll give each of the doggies a little treat, courtesy of the watchers, courtesy of you guys. So feel free to bump that number up from 7 to 10, and then that way you've contributed to a little part of their day, which they will be very grateful of. I promise you that. And then of course you can subscribe to the channel, and if you watch any of the other videos that I produce and comment on them, I will personally read them, get back to you. Looking after these many dogs come with quite a lot of responsibility, and quite a lot of interest from people who might not be able to manage this number of dogs, and people go, oh yeah, my one dog keeps me busy, never mind having, well, there's 9 of them out today. So it's quite fascinating answering questions along those lines and talking about that, but also just having a watch of the dog. So you don't need to interact. If you just want to watch along, you can do so absolutely for nothing. None of these things cost you any money that I'm talking about. Subscribing to the channel or commenting or liking, they're all for free. They're all for free, aren't they, guys? As it should be. As it should be. Are you two coming this way? Are you having a mother's meeting? Juno, come. Ruby, come on. We're following little Dipperoo through the long grass. He's quite enjoying over here. I'll just show you that this bush here, there's little black berries on them, brambles. They are all ripe by the looks of it. This seems a rather untouched patch. Usually you see all this sort of grannies and freegans, we'll call them, come and like devour all these things and make them into recipes and jam and whatever else. But this little patch here seems a bit untouched, other than the wildlife, I'm sure. We'll maybe pick a couple away home and have a little bit of lunch. We're back. Probably hard to tell there, but the dogs are in a real deep rabbit run here. Quite hard for them to manage and negotiate, so it's quite exciting for them to do so. Have we got everybody? Otis, you're missing, buddy. Where are you? We'll not worry too much about Otis not being at our side. Here he comes. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Right, keep coming, guys. Rear view mirror time. Make sure they're all with us. So we've got 9 dogs out today. Oh, come on, Ruby. Ruby, what are we doing? Hang on. 2 seconds. She has managed to snag it on something I think a little bit problematic. There we go, there we go. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Look at these guys waiting for me to get going on top of each other. How many are there? River, are you okay, old bean? I know. Let's talk about River. Let's talk about River. River is our newest recruit. 11 months old. He started with us the beginning of July. Did a couple of weeks, was getting on great, loving life, absolutely smashing everything was thrown at him. Had 2 weeks off, family went on holiday, he's came back, he's afraid of his own shadow. He's terrified of life. So I've just popped him on one of my lines, attached it to his harness, just to keep him tight to the pack and this kind of stuff. So he's going to learn all the behaviours and the commands and the way that we stop. Just wait. Thank you. Good puppies. And the way we keep going. Walk on. Come on. Good pups. And all those kind of things. We're just going to start again as if it was the beginning of his first week again. Fingers crossed he gets back into the routine pretty quickly. But it didn't help. First thing this morning, the very first thing that we did after we get out of the van, all the dogs sort of pee and poo. I pick up all their poo just in case anyone's stressing. I've got it all here. And we get out of the van. We get 50 metres along the stretch like this, and then there's a group of about 40 cyclists strewn all over the path, just lying down, taking up about this much space, and we had to go through them. And Ruby, this way. That was quite difficult to manage and deal with, and that stressed him out. So originally he was off the lead, and now he's back on. I'll keep him on today. We'll see how he is tomorrow. He's a little bit flighty. We'll get this week out and over and done with, and then we'll concentrate more on next week. But it's the kids' holidays. We're faced with lots of different challenges each day, and it's why I take the dogs into places like this, where if there were other people around, we've got a lot of ways to get away from people. And the reality is that people don't come to where we are walking, so we can keep out of their way quite effectively. And that's what we want. We want the dogs to just be dogs for an hour. That's the key. That's the key. Right, let me catch up with some comments while I walk away. You work at YouTube, so it's cool to see me go live. That is amazing. I actually, interestingly, on one of the last surveys I had for YouTube, whether you do or not, you might just be telling me that, right? I don't know. But I spoke about YouTube's live features and how they're not as good as other platforms, shall we say. We won't mention any names. But since providing a bit of feedback, there have been some changes to the live stream, which is quite interesting to see. I don't think it's down to me, but I like to think that... So for example, if you watch the video back now, after we're live, this will go up as a video on the channel. And Otis and Barney are... Why are you winding them up? Why are you winding them up? Oh, a nice time in, since we're stopped. We've hit 10 likes. If you've been with us for a while, you'll see that when we get to 10, any multiple of 10, we'll give the doggies a little biscuit. There's Charlie, there's Juno, there's Nell, good girl, there's Chip, there's Otis, River, good boy. River wouldn't eat if he was stressed, so that's good. There's Stanley, Ruby, 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 that's you. Yeah, there we go. Good girl, good girl. Barney, did you get? Did I give you already? Who have I not given to? I feel like... Did you get one, Otis? Charlie? Charlie. Yeah, there you go, bud. I think that's everybody. Well, from the pups, thank you for the 10 likes. That's their little reward for being great superstar on camera. When we get to the next round number of 10, we'll give them another little biscuit courtesy of you guys, so don't be shy with those likes. I'm just going to see if we can unclip River just now. He's a wee bit tangled in Ruby's line, which is a pain for all of us, Ruby and for him. And we'll maybe just give him a bit of freedom, so we'll keep him on the long line, but he can have a little bit more freedom. Just now I'm going to let it go this end. Let's see what he does with that freedom. If he starts running off, folks, you just keep an eye on where he goes, okay? That's your babysitting duty. Watch after River. He's likely just to follow in with the pack. He is a good dog, he's brilliant, but he's just, I don't know, on Tuesday when he was out, he was a bit flighty at the end of our session, and then we bumped into those cyclists at the start of today's, and he's just been a little bit stressed with life, so it's a shame for him. Bless him. Bless him. But the calmness of the other dogs is usually a good way for him to tune into his inner self, you know, find himself a little bit, relax, not be as stressed. What I'm not a big fan of is him being the lead dog, because he's not a leader yet. It's not about being the alpha, it's about reacting to things that are in front of us, and we prefer to have a calmer, older, more sensible dog out in front rather than a young, exuberant, flighty, stressed out puppy. Raymond, I'm sure you've said this before, because I remember the word liberty and I thought it was an interesting choice. So Ruby here is without liberty, according to Raymond, minus freedom. And Raymond, I'm going to show you something in about 15 seconds. This bush up in front of us on the right that has the tree growing out of it, I'm going to show you what we're up against when it comes to Ruby. This is the reason she's on the long line. So in here, this stuff is called gorse. I'm just going to show you if I can. Maybe I need to put my hand behind it. All of this is like razor wire. It's super prickly. It's like a cactus or barbed wire or razor wire, however you want to put it. It's super sharp and it's very, very, very resilient. It's quite spongy. I'll just show you. It's like it moves. Oh, I'm not really showing you. It moves, so if you try to like walk through it, it just folds and wraps around you, that kind of thing. But it's like a little dome. It's like a little dome shape, and all the spiky stuff's on the outside, and the inside, in the middle, is a fantastic habitat for badgers, rabbits, foxes, deer, and various other wildlife, some birds as well, probably, no doubt. And one of the things that Ruby tends to do, she's kind of doing it now, is she'll just follow her nose, and if there's been a badger, a fox, a deer, a rabbit, a ground nesting bird, anywhere in contact with the floor, she will follow their scent trail. Even if we want to go a different way, we want to go this way, and it would take us good girl, she responded to my clicks, which is great. It would take her a matter of seconds to be lost in amongst all this brush. There's so much of it, and she is silent when she goes into that mode. She doesn't pant, she doesn't bark, she doesn't even sniff that much. You can maybe hear. You hear the dogs? They're all panting. Ruby. Completely silent. Completely silent. If you were hearing any panting, it was one of the other guys. I promise you. She is silent. She's a silent assassin. And she'll take herself into these areas, and we lose hours and hours, unfortunately. And because of that, if she was my own dog, she would have a bit more freedom, but this is a timed event. I've got more responsibility in the afternoon to look after other dogs that are currently sat at home waiting for me to get there, to take them out, to relieve, you know, their bladders, and let them have a run around with their friends. And the dogs are very, very good at timekeeping, believe it or not. They rely on their noses to do that, so they can smell the last time I was in the room. And because they know I come to the room almost at the same time each day, they know that when the scent smell kind of gets to a certain level, when it starts to drop and they can only barely smell me, they're like, ah, Stephen must be coming. He must be coming. So we can't disappoint the other puppies. It would be a real shame. And so because of that, unfortunately, Ruby has to be slightly restricted in her movements. And as do any of the newer dogs, or here's a bit of the gorse here. This stuff, just look how prickly it is. And then inside, you can see it's like a cavern. Perfect for any wildlife to nest in. But on the outside, you couldn't get to it. So very well protected from any birds of prey or any ground predators that don't have any good noses, like humans, that kind of thing. So we could have potentially walked past 100 deer this morning and you would never know. Occasionally what happens is, especially in springtime, if we pass any young deer, the mothers will come shooting out. Imagine there's a mother in here with two calves or foals, whatever you call young deer. What do you call young deer again? Anyway, there's a mother in there with two young, and if we get too close, she will shoot out and she'll try and get the dogs to chase her, and she'll just ping, 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 and she'll be off. And in the meantime, she'll be leaving a smell behind as well, scent in the air, making it very obvious that she's going this way and taking us away from her young. And in 5 minutes, she'll just do a loop round. We'll never find her, and she'll go back to her young, who will be undisturbed because we'll have all be chasing the mum. They're really clever. They're really, really clever. So there we go. Right, I'll catch up with some of the comments again. Just give me a second, folks. I've been wittering away. Can I come to North Korea? No. I don't think I will ever go to North Korea. Don't take offence, I just don't think that will ever happen for me. Otis! Keep coming, buddy. Good river. Good boy. Good boy. Your environment is great. My God. Puppies are very cute. Thank you. I can't take any credit for them looking cute, but maybe just filming them. I'll take that credit. The Cat Whisperer 1. How many dogs have you got? Today, right now on this session, there are 9 in total, under the umbrella of the business. 27. So they take them out in multiples, usually multiples of 8. Today we just have to go 1 extra, and we just got an extra little pupper with us, but most days, almost every other day, it's multiples of 8 or fewer. What else are we saying? Hard to find this kind of environment in China. Well, yeah, I can imagine. It's the biggest expanding economy in the world, isn't it? So you should be very careful not to lose places like this in light of construction and progress. Edinburgh is based on 7 hills. This is sort of one of them. We're in this sort of the hill is actually over here. We're in the nature reserve around the hill, and the city centre, which is about 500,000 people in population, have these 7 hills around it, scattered around, which are basically left like this, and everyone's free to come and enjoy the space as long as they're responsible, and we try and be as responsible as we can. Thank you. Fawns are what, baby? That's right, fawns. I knew that. I did know that. I'm quite up on my wildlife. But when you're on the stream and I'm thinking, right, which way are we going? What's up ahead? Who's that way? What's that dog? Why is that dog making that noise? Who's at the front? Who's at the back? How many have I got? Where are we? What was that noise? What's that? You know, is that a drone overhead? These things, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, what's a baby deer called again? As if I didn't have enough things to think about. So, but it's my own fault. I'm putting myself into this position. So. Hiya. Someone we know there, giving them a wee wave. Do you know come? Otis! Oh, you're there. You're there. You weren't there before. How you doing? You alright? Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Chip, just hang fire, buddy. We'll just wait here. River, in you come. In you come, guys. Good puppies. Good. Hi, Stanley. Thank you for licking the lens. Thank you for doing that. You alright, River? You're not as stressed now. You're a little bit calmer. Yeah, good boy. Hey, Charlie boy. How are we doing? We're just allowing, there's a woman just below us, just down here. Stanley! She's just got 2 little dogs. In fact, there goes there just now. We're just letting her pass us. We do, you know, there's enough space for us just to hang fire. And even though it's a little bit early, hey, Chipperoo! Chipperoo, that wasn't for you. Good, you know, good girl. We're a little bit early. We're 1 like early, but we're at. I say for every 10 likes that we get, we'll give the puppies a little biscuit, courtesy of you guys. So we're at 19. I'm sure someone can owe us one. Good Ruby. Stanley, did you get one? Hey, Chipperoo! Chip! Hey, hey. That's not on, buddy. And you got River. I know you did. I know you did, puppy. I know. Did you get? Sometimes I deliberately put you last because you're also a bit bitey. Oh, and I've been kneeling in nettles. That's nice. Chip wants all the trees. You're right. My bum bag, my belt bag is like the treat bag, and when I was squatting down like I was just now, sometimes half of the packs stand behind me thinking that there's an easier access to the biscuits. There isn't, but they'll sometimes do that. Little rascals. Little rascals. Stanley, off now, buddy. But a couple of points to sort of make there, just in relation to feeding them. Although Chip is maybe a bit greedy, shall we say. We won't hold it against him. We're not going to give him a bad report based on that. But the rest of the dogs are all pretty calm. They're all waiting their turn. No one's fighting over the food. Everyone's pretty chilled. If you've ever had 2 dogs in the household that don't know each other, and you bring food out, that's a sure way to start a war in the house. So to have this level of calmness is probably, I mean, it might not look like anything to you guys, maybe to the untrained eye, but I promise you, this is a big deal. Barney, are you okay? I think you've been stung, haven't you, bud? You're limping a bit. What's up? You're licking your paw, something else, and you're not putting that down. Here, let me touch it and squeeze it. You okay? Let's see if we can get you to yelp. You're right, bud. You okay? You're just licking at it. Maybe it was a thorn. Maybe I've got rid of it. I think he's been stung. It's quite common for the dogs to be bitten, stung. You know, things land on them all the time and all that kind of thing. And it happens all day, every day. But when it's something like a bee and these little guys, it can hurt them quite a bit. He's kind of licking away at his leg here, so we might need to call it a day, unfortunately, guys. I'm so sorry. Let's see if we can get him moving. Hang on. Let's see if we can walk with him. This way, guys. Barney, come on. Let's see you. Let me see you walk. Oh, he's actually putting full weight through it, which is a good sign. Stanley, come. Just another set of dogs behind us there as well. So again, I've just used some food just to lure in the team. Good Otis. Hi Chip. I know you're desperate for some food, buddy. I know. 27 dogs, what happens if you get sick? I'm going to be honest, right? So this is tempting fate, but when it comes to working outside, you get pretty bulletproof when it comes to, like, you know, things that might otherwise cause people to be off their work. There's very few, because you're out in all weathers, you're dealing with all the allergies and the seasons and all that kind of thing. The one thing we're not dealing with is people. So if I ever go to something that's like people orientated, like a party or a hi Morna, if you go to a party or something like that, you know, kids' birthday parties are classic for it. I'll get the cold, I'll get the flu, I'll get sniffles, whatever, but touch wood, it's been manageable so far. I don't have a backup plan, unfortunately. It's just me, myself and I, and like one of the problems we had last week was the van actually packed in, needed some work done. I managed to get it back up and running after one day, but it needed to be off the road for one day. If it'd been any longer, we'd have got a backup van. Charlie, keep coming. Charlie, come on, old bean. He's sniffing away at something. He's never normally as far away from us as this. Charlie, come on. He's not sure. That's why he's not sure. Can you see there's another big dog came? There we go. Good puppies. Good puppies. Good puppies. Yeah, I need to oh, the wind's blowing. Oh, I'm so sorry guys. That's why we've dropped off quite a few viewers. Well, we'll call it a day there. We've had a good old session. We've had a good run at it. It's been good fun. Remember, hit the subscribe button. You'll see us again tomorrow. We'll be back on tomorrow. Hopefully it'll not be as windy. We'll maybe get a solution to that as well coming up as well. But from me and the dogs, thank you so much. We appreciate you tuning in. And we'll see you on the next walk, which will be same time tomorrow. I better get Barney checked out as well. Right guys, all the best. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye. Good boy, Chipper.